Why are there so many good videos this week? I'm Giles, welcome to Flow Show. I'm sorry to all the people who didn't get featured this week. Stora, the French guys who do all the really technical stuff. Your videos are amazing, but they can't all go in because this thing will go on for hours. First up, we're gonna go to Joel Eggyman. He's a really good friend of ours. He's so tall. With me, I'm like, hello Joel. He's just super tall. He's got this amazing power and massive jumps, which you'd expect from someone of his size. But then he also has this really flowy, nice style that a lot of people sort of neglect, or some people only focus on that, but he mixes both of the styles really well. He's all over Europe and England. He's traveling with the Storas. There's Max standing on a roof with some fire extinguishers, and the video's edited really nicely. He's got some nifty little tricks in there that he's been playing with in the edit. He's also got some really nice runs. He does this run in this playground where he's kind of running along rails and all the way around, and big plyo precisions and stuff like that. So awesome work, Joel. I enjoy every single one of your videos, so keep making them. This next video comes from an American guy called Brian Rittenor, something like that. I'm not actually sure where you're from. I probably should have looked it up, but I didn't. I was more impressed with the video and just wanted to put it in here. It's really short, sweet, amazing video. Only had a couple hundred views, so go and give this guy some subscribers. He's got a sick tricking style, lots of flips, really, really clean. A little bit of parkour in there as well, but mainly those sort of flips. A lot of them in park or onto these big fat crash mats. He does this double side straight into back full out, but on this massive squidgy crash mat thing, which is, to me, seems really impressive. I can't do any of this stuff, so it always kind of blows me away when you see guys doing double corks and things like this really cleanly. There's also some really nice footage where he's in a skate park. It looks a lot like the kind of Farang skate park that they did in their skate park video. Love that kind of stuff. Keep it up. This next video comes from Mitch Todorovic from Montreal, Canada. I think that's how you pronounce your name. We featured you before and you have progressed shitloads. I mean, you were already good, but you've got even better. You have the biggest jump. I mean, you just such power in all of your movements. There's a really nice bit where he does this dive cat pass in a car park into a round off Arabian, and then you see him side flip the same gap, and it's like, fucking hell, that's huge. And then a couple of clips later in the video, he dive cat passes even further down where this gap is just ridiculously big. My only criticism of the first half of the song is the beat gets a little bit repetitive, but I mean, that's just a personal preference. The second half, on the other hand, Flight of the Valkyries, black and white, awesome. It's just beast move after beast move, all in black and white with this bum 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 bum. And to me, that's just cool. So, good video, keep it up. You know that saying where you're waiting for a bus and then two come along at once? It appears that applies exactly for Farang videos. Haven't had a Farang video in ages, and then suddenly in the space of 2 weeks we get two. First off, you get the Istanbul video, which is amazing, and now they've just come out with this rooftop video that I think they filmed in Frankfurt. Bart's back in there as well, Pash is in there, Sean, Jason, no Anan this time. I think he was either behind the camera or injured. They're on these roofs doing sick tricks. Nice bomb from Pasha, which is new. Pasha's doing a lot of grab moves. I'd like to say this video is swaggy, but that's not really my terminology. Sounds a bit weird coming out of my mouth. But front flips this massive roof jump. Sean does double cork, which is really impressive. And just generally, it's a really nice Farang video. Sick editing, and just make sure you watch all the way to the end to see Pasha doing some interesting dance moves. This next video comes from a good friend of mine, Marcus Gustafsson. We were just with him last weekend. He came over to England, brought another friend of his called Marcus, because everyone in Sweden is apparently called Marcus. And we drove up to the Airborne gym opening in Liverpool, met Ryan Doyle, hung out with Tim and Kai, and just generally had a good time. Marcus put together this awesome video. He's got such a nice way of putting together these runs. He'll do some sick bar tricks and then link it into some wall flips, do back 720s into a foam pit. He's really good on trampoline as well. It's good to see some movement from Tim in there and Kai. I haven't actually mentioned yet, but Tim is away somewhere again. I'm in the Bahamas, as you can see. Overall, the gym is amazing, and I'm now going to link this straight into our first honorable mention of the video, which we haven't really mentioned this before, but Ryan, while building this gym, did this whole series called Raise the Roof, which was over on his channel. Really nicely put together series that he did with his brother, where they're just documenting building this gym, all the fun they're having with people like Martin and Potsy. So go and check them out. The Pro Jam is happening next weekend. We're going to be there, Stora's going to be there, Storm's going to be there. I think you can still buy tickets for it if you're interested in going. So check that out. Just check out the gym, check out Ryan's work. Just really impressive stuff. Before we go on to the second honourable mention of this episode, we got two not actually bails. We didn't really get any good bails this week, so we're going to feature two really nice, clean tricks. The first is the apparent world record of swing through corks. This guy does 21 corks. It's in a gym, it's on a sprung floor, but even so, it's ridiculous. He just keeps going and keeps going and keeps going. The rotation is so fast on all of them, and there's this guy on the camera screaming along, being like, keep going, keep going, and he does it, and he's probably dizzy as hell, but really amazing stuff. The second trick I want to feature is this kid doing congainer to round off back 720. It's so clean, and it just makes me want to stress that everyone should drill their movement until it's as clean as this, so they're so comfortable with it, because you see these guys throwing really sketchy congainers and round off back 720s where they land on their face and things like this, but if you can get all your movement to the level where it's this clean, it looks so much better and it's so much better for your body. So just keep training movement until it looks this good and it feels this good, and it's so worth it. This last honorable mention is from a podcast that Tim actually sometimes co-hosts with these guys. It's a podcast called London Real, and I'm not sure who the guy is being featured, but it's called The Most Important Message for a 20-year-old. I'm sure there's a lot of 20-year-olds out there. I'm only 23, so I guess this kind of applies to me. And it's just a motivational message from this guy, worth checking out, worth listening to, and if you've got time, listen to the whole thing, because I'm sure it's really interesting. That's the end of this episode of The Flow Show. Hope you've enjoyed it. I definitely have. Potentially we're going to have some special guests all the way from America next week. Guess who they might be. If you get it right, I'll give you a log. Anyway, submit your videos to yoflowshow@gmail.com. Hopefully they'll get featured. Send in some bails, because that'd be really good to see. Not that we want to see you hurt yourself. Anyway, I'm just rambling. Go and enjoy your day. Goodbye. Sound like da, 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 da.